And now it's time for the Insiders with Chuck Chvala and Scott Jensen, sponsored by the Wisconsin Counties Association and Michael Best Strategies.
I'm Chuck Chvala, former Senate Majority Leader.
And I'm Scott Jensen, former Assembly Speaker.
And we're the Insiders. So, Scott, we've got an Attorney General's race. It's a close one. It's a hot one. Give me your take.
I agree that this is a close race, and it's an important one. There's so much attention on the United States Senate race and on the governor's race in this state. But Attorney General is one of the most important jobs in the state. And if the Attorney General is of a party opposite the governor and the legislature, there's a lot of mischief that can be done there. There's a lot of power that can be exercised by the Attorney General. And we've seen that before, both with the Republican and Democrat Attorney Generals. So this race is important and people should focus on it. I think that Attorney General Kaul walks in with some clear advantages in the fundraising area. He's way ahead in raising money. He has a lot more independent expenditure groups lined up to support him in this election. And he has the experience of spending the last 4 years as Attorney General. All those are positives on his side. On the negative side, crime is rising as an issue on his watch. So 4 years ago, when he was elected, we were talking about letting people out of prisons. Now people are talking about the fact that we're not tough enough on crime. That's a dramatic change. And Kenosha is not a good thing for either the governor or for the Attorney General. They both took some serious hits there with the way that they handled that situation. And I think we probably have the strongest candidate here in the general on the Republican side, a fellow prosecutor. So I think this is going to be a very close race. And in the end, I think it's going to track very closely with the race for governor. I think both these are likely to go together. But boy, we've had a number of times in Wisconsin history where people have picked a Republican for one and a Democrat for the other. And it has resulted in diminishing the power of both of them over the course of the next 4 years.
I think this is going to be a tight race, which we'll track with the others. Here's the big problem. The Republican candidate, Toney, took a guy who had 9 convictions, including a conviction for armed robbery and another armed conviction, didn't even find the convictions, failed to find that the guy had changed his name. Here's in Fond du Lac County. This isn't a place where thousands of felons go through there every year. The reality is they let him out on a $500 cash bail. 2 weeks later, he kills someone. Talk about tough on crime. You're going to see that ad. I think that's the difference maker. I don't see any way he survives it. I think that ad will be run. I don't know whether it'll be 3 weeks out or 4 weeks out. Once that ad is on, I think the guy is toast. Most people in the state don't even know the names of the 2 candidates here. That ad is going to be the death knell for Mr. Toney.
Well, there are ads backed up as well and ready to run with regards to Attorney General Kaul and a number of criminal cases as well. That seems to be the case nowadays with prosecutors. They all end up making discretionary judgments about cases, and some come back to bite them. And I think you're going to see those kind of ads for both candidates in this fall's election. So another example where by the time we get to the election, people are going to be like, don't we have any other choices? But I think that's what's going to happen in this race. Again, very close. The Democrat has the advantage of incumbency in dollars. So we'll see how it turns out in the weeks ahead.
We'll see you next time.
You've been listening to The Insiders with Chuck Chvala and Scott Jensen, sponsored by the Wisconsin Counties Association and Michael Best Strategies.